What up, y'all? This is Serpentine10, and I'm back for a different video today. And you can probably tell by the screen what I'm going to be talking about. So, as you all know, the Video Game Awards is coming up. Now, I know that the Video Game Awards doesn't really mean anything. It's just something that has been created to gain hype around these games since, everybody kind of wants to know who's going to be the best, who's going to win, game of the year. Game of the year is pretty much the only one they focus on the most, and then they have all these other categories. So I know that it's just something that they kind of made a fake award show to just highlight games. So I know that this has been the talk of the town, from what I've been hearing, and I also been thinking about it myself. I actually ran a poll on my Twitter and on my YouTube page about this topic. And there is a lot of people who are saying, and I think so as well, that it's going to pretty much be kind of a head-to-head battle between two games. And if you don't already know, those two games is ultimately going to be God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring. So, as you can see on my screen, this is the Game of the Year category all the way. And this has some interesting things on it that I kind of forgot about. I'm going to go through every one of these categories that are going to be on the Game Awards, so don't worry. We're going to get through like all the categories. And I probably am going to go through the other categories before I get to this, but let's just kind of like move on to the next one because I don't want to talk about this category because this is the big one. I don't want to talk about that one yet. So let's go to this category. So we're going to start off with Best Game Direction. To be honest, I've only played Elden Ring, so I don't really know that much about these other games. But I can tell you this. God of War is on here, and I'm sure that God of War is on a lot of these categories. Like, it's just a given. I didn't expect to see Horizon on here. I really don't know what the fan base for Horizon is. I don't know if people like that game. I don't know if people hate that game. Not really sure. It looks very pretty, but that's how all the movie type games are. They always make them really pretty, but they're kind of always the same. It's always picking up, collecting, blah, 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 blah. To me, that's boring. And that's kind of the reason why I didn't play God of War. Because I just feel like this version of God of War, they kind of just threw it in a box with the whole cinematic movie game stuff, and I gotta collect and craft, and I just don't want to do that because I don't find that to be fun. I don't know what Immortality is, but it's here, and I do know about Stray. Now, if you don't know, Stray is the one with the cat, and to be honest, I had to look into what the story of Stray was about. It's very complex, and it's a very deep, thought-provoking game, and it's kind of crazy because you don't even hear anybody talk about Stray with anything else that's going on in the game except, oh my god, this cat is cute, and you just see like girls crying reacting to the cats, so you don't even get what the story is. So I feel like that kind of like messes this game a little bit because the story is so thought-provoking and it's kind of interesting. But that is our Best Game Direction. If you want to know what my thoughts about this is, I probably, to be honest, this is probably going to be between God of War and Elden Ring. I don't know. It's very possible Horizon could win this too, but I don't know. In Stray, if the girl's crying on screen, being in love with this cat emotionally, that might sway him too, so we have to see. So next is Best Narrative. It's a lot of the same games. The only difference here is that Stray's not here, but it's the same games, and I noticed that I've seen this a lot. It's the same games, Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon. They all are here, and any one of these games could get it. It's very likely one of these story-driven games is going to get it, like Plague Tale or like God of War. So those are very likely that they could win in this category. So best art direction. At first when I seen this, I thought Scorn was this game that I've seen before called Blasphemous. At first I thought that's what that was because the imagery looks so much like Blasphemous, but it's not. That's the only one different here, but it's all the same games again. I don't know what Scorn looked like, but by that picture, it looks very interesting. I have to say that when you get real up close to Elden Ring, it's not the best looking game quality wise. I think that the art direction, like the graphics of the game, is not that great. It's kind of meh. But when you kind of look at the whole thing from certain areas, from certain viewpoints, it does look very nice and very beautiful, and it is different. So it could possibly win, but Scorn could win too. I just feel like God of War and Horizon are just your movie games, and I'm calling them movie games, so I don't know. They just, nowadays I just feel like creators just make these pretty movie games, and it really don't be a lot there. So we'll have to see. Best score in music. I love the music in Elden Ring. I'm not even gonna say that I don't even think that that's great. That game, Elden Ring definitely has my vote in a lot of these categories. But then you got things like Metal Hellslinger, which I believe that's what the fourth one is, which is a really interesting rhythm game. So that possibly could take it because it is a rhythm game. So, and they have some really cool, beats and soundtracks, very heavy metal soundtracks on that. So since it's music based, it could also take it as well. But we just don't know. And I know that everybody's hyped about God of War, and I just do not know where to place God of War really. It's fresh in everybody's mind, but we have to see December 8th if people still feel the same way about it, later. Best audio design. I'm actually surprised to see Call of Duty on this list. Now, I know that a lot of people have been having a lot of problems with Call of Duty. I don't know if it's audio, but I know somebody very close to me that's been playing Call of Duty, and they have been coming through with all the problems in the world. It's been crashing, it hasn't been starting up. It's just been a very bad launch game on launch. I can't believe it has so many issues, but apparently that is the history of these games. Apparently Call of Duty games always have problems. So I don't understand. I don't know. I guess if you dedicate it to the game, you'll keep playing it, but I just feel like it's like a slap in the face. Call of Duty is, and I don't know how the audio is. Maybe that's working, but this game, from what I have been hearing from people and from what I have heard from somebody close to me, this game has just been crashing left and right and unplayable at times. So I don't know. I don't even know if that should even be on here, but it's going to be on here because I'm sure it's going to be like a shooter category, and I'm sure that's going to be on here. That's just going to be a given, and it probably will win. So yeah. Best performance. Who are these people? Okay. At first I just wanted to see what games they came from. Right off the bat, I can tell you right now, it's gonna go to God of War. I remember the same dude. He was at the Game Awards last time when God of War was there, and I can't remember if the first God of War won, but I know that they got something. They got some award, and he was there with the dude. This dude that is, I believe that he's somebody else. He's not Atreus, but it was him and the boy that plays Atreus, and they had this whole scene and stuff. So that is very possible that could happen. So you never know. But I believe God of War is gonna take this one for sure, because that's on everybody's mind right now. I can't see nobody else winning. It looks like it's a landslide. Games for Impact. Now, I don't know any of this. These might be some indie titles. Thought-provoking games, yeah. Social meaning. These are some Annapurna. I believe that they are the same people who made that one game called, is it called 23 Minutes? 16 minutes. It's something. I forgot what it's called, but it's like from the top down, and it's about this couple, and they're like going through this time loop or something. It's like repeating itself, and you gotta like figure out how to get out of it or something. It seemed like they're there twice with two things. I'm actually surprised that game is not here, but maybe that was made, like last year. So maybe that's why it's not here, but yeah. Best ongoing. I do not know. Do people still like Fortnite? Is Fortnite still a thing? I mean, Genshin Impact done slid up in people's DMs, and I don't know if this is just weebs that like play this heavy, or if this overall is like a fan favorite, but I'm not really sure. And I don't know about these two, but do people like Apex? I know a couple people that play Apex. It's free, so you know people be jumping on that free stuff quick. But I don't know. This one I'm not sure, because I know all these games, so anybody could take this. But if I had to think and just go out on a limb and say which one, probably Fortnite, because if that's still really popular to people, it'll probably just win. But I don't know if people like really mess with Fortnite nowadays. I have no idea. Oh my god, indie games. You know, indie games have been stepping up. Some of these indie games be better than these AAA games. I'm not even gonna lie. Because some of the AAA game creators, I feel like they're getting a little lax. They're getting a little lazy. They coming out with content that nobody asked for, don't nobody want. And you just be looking at the AAA games like, what are y'all doing? And that's why a lot of people be playing indie games. I know that I have played indie games that have been phenomenal. One of the games that I played was Inside and Limbo. They're from the same creator. Those games were great. That game was great. And that was from an indie developer. And that game was just so wonderful. It was different. I had never seen anything like it. And it was real top. And another game that I had played was a PlayStation 4 exclusive called Resogun. It was super tight. And I just feel like I don't get those experiences from a lot of AAA games, but the indie game developers be like thinking outside the box, and I feel like we need that more. I don't know what Cult of Lamb is, or Neon White, or Tunic, but I do know these two. I was almost about to buy Seafood. I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I seen the trailer for this, I was just like, oh my god, this game. I almost bought this game. Man, because it just looks so fun. It just looks like an old school beat 'em up. It just reminds me of like the Tekken 3 Force mode, but with better graphics. It just, you know, you're just walking around beating up people. And it's crazy because every time you die, you get older. And it's like a mechanic game. I ain't never seen that before. But apparently you become more broke the older you get. So you become like more skilled and everything. But I was about to buy this game, but I didn't. So this game is tight. So the indie games, they've been stepping it up. I hope they come out with some more stuff. You know what? I want another continuation to that Limbo Inside developer, whoever that is. They need to drop another game because that stuff is tight. I don't know who will win out of this. Probably Stray, if I had to guess. If I'm guessing, Stray's gonna win that. It's probably a landslide on Stray. Best mobile, man, I ain't been on my phone playing no game since the Tekken game had a mobile game. That was a minute ago, but they took that down. I also had the Mortal Kombat mobile, which is still on my phone, but I do not play it. I have not played any of these, and I didn't even know that Apex and Diablo even had mobile versions. I didn't even know that. But I have been hearing about this Marvel thing. Is that Galactus? I have been hearing about this Marvel Snap, so I see commercials on this all the time. I don't know what Tower of Fantasy is, but if I had to guess, bro, I'm just gonna do like, I just feel like, I don't know. When the weebs get something real good, bro, they go with it, and they will support it to the fullest extent. So I'm just gonna be like, Genshin Impact is gonna win this. I just don't know, like, it's hard because is people still into Apex? Do people like Diablo? Like, I don't know, like I should have probably just like look this up before I kind of like went in here and started talking about this stuff, but I don't know like the demographic or the amount of people who really, you know, mess with this stuff. So, but if I had to like guess, I guess I'll go with Genshin, because I hear a lot of people, they like that game, but I think that that's for a certain type of person. I just don't think anybody just playing that game, because it looks like pay to win, but I really don't know if it's pay to win. It looked like it, because I've seen a whole bunch of gameplay, but I ain't never played it, so I don't know that much about it. But best community support, No Man's Sky. I thought people hated this game. I don't even know for sure, but I thought this was the game that had a bad launch. And when they showed this, I can't remember where they showed this game at, but it was all pretty and it was showing all this stuff you could do, going all these places, being in these vehicles. And when the game came out, it was not even like that. I feel like this is the game. I don't think it was Destiny. It might have been both of them, but I didn't even know people were still messing with this. I had no idea. Oh my god, Fortnite is here. Man, I don't know, I'll probably just say Fortnite, because I feel like Fortnite gets so many people playing it. Like every time I look up what's like trending, or if I see anything in the gaming category, Fortnite is always first, following like, I don't know, what's that game that you gotta like build stuff with the blocks? I don't remember, with the creepers, that game, dang, what is it called? I cannot remember. But that game is always there, and Fortnite is always there, so it might take it. I don't know. Also, y'all let me know in the comments in these categories who y'all think gonna take it, because I don't really know who's gonna win this stuff. I'm gonna be watching this December 8th for sure, because I always watch the Game Awards, because you know it's a big event and people do tune in, but you know some of this stuff be cringe, because I feel like some of the games that be winning, they don't be deserving to win sometimes. Like man, I think that I don't know if y'all remember a while ago when The Last of Us 2 won, like wasn't nobody messing with that game. I feel like they just picked that game because it had a whole bunch of backlash, but that game wasn't supposed to win. It shouldn't have, but whatever. It be little stuff like that they be doing. Jeff Keighley, he know what he be doing. Be picking this stuff to get paid, so that's what I be feeling. But I mean, I think that this might go to Fortnite if people still messing with Fortnite. Innovation, accessibility. Now I know that this feature is like big. I remember watching a video of somebody having that accessibility turned on in Last of Us, and it was actually super in depth. Like they had like this person that talks to you and like highlights certain things for you if you have like any eye problems, and if you are deaf. It is very in depth. Like they spent a whole bunch of time on this. I didn't know that The Quarry had it. That's interesting. God of War has it. I don't know what these two are, but I've definitely seen it in this game. I don't know who has this. I don't know who got the best one, but from what I've seen from, you know, them putting this in these games is really interesting. They really want everybody to be able to play the game that they like, no matter who it is and what disability and stuff that they got. So I think that that's good. They need to put that in more games. I wonder if they got that in fighting games. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if they got that in fighting games, because I have no idea. I don't know who gonna win this. Y'all tell me who y'all think gonna win it. Best VR AR? Do people still buy, you know, VR systems? They're like $400. Do people even got that kind of money? What is Red Matter? Red Matter 2. So they already made one. What is that? I've seen this on commercials. Definitely. Bone Lab. I thought this was that game called Super Hot at first, before I seen the name. It's a game called Super Hot, and they be glowing like this. You gotta shoot them and they break up in pieces. Among Us. Do people still fool with that? That was like super popular at one point, and I do not know what After the Fall is. I don't know who's gonna take this category, because I only know one game. So y'all gotta tell me who y'all think gonna take this. Man, I never really was interested in getting no VR system. It's almost the same price as a console. If you're trying to buy like the PlayStation 1, I don't know how much that one is. It may be like $200 something. I'm not really sure. But I know that like the Oculus Rift and any other version of the Oculus, that stuff is like $400, $500. Bro, like who got that kind of money to be spending? I don't. So I don't know about this category. Best action game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't even know if I even heard about this. I'm surprised this is here. I have not seen anything about this game. Dang, this game is on here? Okay. Neon White, I don't know what that is. We got Sifu, Call of Duty, Bayonetta 3. This is my first time seeing Bayonetta on here. I was wondering where this was. I'm actually surprised this was not in the Game of the Year category. I kind of felt like it was going to be, but it's not. It's here. When we talk about action, I don't know. I don't know what Neon White is. It kind of looked like, from what I'm looking at, like some Persona type stuff, but that's what it give me, those Persona vibes, heavy. But man, I'm gonna say if I had to bet on this, I'm gonna bet on Call of Duty. I just feel like the most popular thing at the time is gonna win. I just feel like that's how this always goes. And I know that Bayonetta is like brand new, but it's been a lot of controversy circling this game too, with the whole woman that used to voice Bayonetta in the past and all that, and her lying and all that. But I'm gonna say Call of Duty because Call of Duty always wins at these award shows, even though I don't be thinking they deserve it with they messed up games, crashing on launch. They know they don't be deserving this, but I'm gonna say they're gonna win just because people like it. The big wigs, the suit and ties, they like this game, so that's gonna win this category. Best action and adventure. Familiar faces again. I don't even know. I don't know who can win this. I probably had to just give it to God of War because I just feel like God of War is fresh in everybody's mind right now. Now I don't know if people gonna feel the same way December 8th because that's a ways away a little bit. I'm not that much, but it's gonna be like the last major thing that everybody will play. So it's very possible that this could be won by God of War. Very possible. So I guess I'll say that. Best role playing. I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna say Elden Ring. I'm gonna say Elden Ring. I just don't see. I feel like this is like a landslide. I feel like some of these things are just, some of this is just landslide. Now, in my mind, I just feel like it's a landslide because Elden Ring has such of an impact this year. And I just feel like when it comes to these other categories, if Elden Ring is there in any way, shape, and form, I feel like it can't lose. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, and I might be wrong. Like, Elden Ring might lose this category by, like, Pokemon right here. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Elden Ring will take this. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Elden Ring, 100%. Best fighting game? Oh, no, it just says best fighting. What is this doing here? Sifu is a fighting game? Okay, what? I don't know how Sifu can be a fighting game because you just going against a computer. To be classified as a fighting game, don't you need P versus P? Like, don't I need to be going against another, like, active player? This is not that. Shouldn't this just be under action? This is not a fighting game. Who put this here? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong? This is a fighting game? Question mark? Y'all let me know in the comments. Is this a fighting game to y'all? Sifu? Because I would disagree. I don't think this is a fighting game. Now, I know that the fighting game community has been a little lax right now. It ain't been no games coming out. I ain't been really hearing about no games, no new ones, that has dropped this year. So, and yes, we know about Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, but those games ain't coming out for a while. And I feel like the last newest game I seen was probably King of Fighters. Maybe Multiverses. Maybe that's the last one. And then I remember like this, seeing this. Is this the one? Is DNF Duel the one that's supposed to be like the League of Legends fighting game? Is that what this is? Was people asking for that? Was like League of Legends people was like, give us a fighting game? Did anybody want that? I don't know if anybody asked for that, but is this the game? Y'all let me know if this is the game. I'm probably gonna say Multiverses. I know a lot of people was playing that. I've seen so many streams of people playing that. I actually got somebody that's here with me that played this, and I was just looking at it like, it looked interesting, but it kind of reminds me of Rumbleverse. I don't know. These kind of games are just not my cup of tea. They ain't something that I would play. And now I do own King of Fighters, but I really don't like that game. I played it for a while, but I just wasn't feeling it. It's just, I already struggle with 2D games, and on top of that, this is a boring 2D game. So I couldn't really find anybody on the roster I resonated with. I tried to play the story modes. It was trash. It looked goofy. The trailers for this game got me hyped to an extent, but then when I got in there trying to play it, I was like, nah, get me out of here. So if I had to bet on who gonna win this, oh man, JoJo is here. It might be this. Y'all anime fans, y'all probably been waiting for this. I don't know if this is the first ever JoJo game, fighting game. Y'all gotta let me know. But if I had to say, it's gonna be Multiverses, because I see everybody and their mama playing this, because I feel like it's an open game that anybody can play, and I think it's free. So yeah. Best family. Is this some Nintendo stuff? Is all this stuff Nintendo? This all might be Nintendo stuff. I don't know if this is Nintendo. I don't know. I don't know who can win this. I have no idea. I do not follow Nintendo products. I used to watch those little treehouse sessions that used to show up, and I know they have those other things that talk about their updates too. I watch them every now and again. I do have a Switch. I do not play it. It just is sitting over there collecting dust. It's not even like, I don't know, it's just over there. But, and to be honest, I don't even like own it. I said that I owned it, but I don't own that Switch. But I have only played it once, and I think that's when Odyssey had Odyssey, and that was a brilliant game on there. But Nintendo is just not my cup of tea no more. I think I haven't really messed around with a Nintendo product since 64. That's the last one that I owned, last console. So I'm behind. So I don't know who's gonna win this. Anybody that owns a Switch, y'all let me know who gonna win this. Who y'all want to win it? Y'all Switch owners, y'all tell me. Best sim? What is this stuff? Uh-oh, they got Warhammer. Okay, I got a confession. I used to play the crap out of Total War Warhammer Vermintide. I used to play that to death. That was my game at one point. So I don't know what Warhammer 3 is about. It looked like Doom, but I used to play Warhammer Vermintide to death. I thought that was so sick. So just because I'm a Total War lover, I'm gonna give it to that. I only played that game though. But to be honest, I love this game. But Mario is on here, so all these other games probably ain't gonna win. Because anytime Mario is in the cut, he be taking it. So these other games probably ain't got no chance, but who knows? Somebody else might win. We just gotta wait and see, I guess. Best sports racing? Where FIFA at? This is going to FIFA. Do we even need to say more? What is this? Is this skateboarding? This is an interesting little game. I gotta look this up. Is it like hand drawn? That looks interesting. It looks like those old Nickelodeon cartoons. That's what it looked like. Like you watching like what's it called? Like The Kids Next Door or something. That's what this looks like. I think that's what it was called. They were like spies or something. They had the treehouse. I can't remember what that Nickelodeon show was called, but that's what this looked like. But I think this is gonna go to FIFA, because when I was in college, oh my god, I know that was a long time ago, but they always used to play FIFA. They would have FIFA on like 4 TVs. I'm like, can y'all not have that on 4 TVs? I'm trying to play something else. So I know FIFA is still hot. I'm gonna say FIFA for sure. Best multiplayer? Oh, Call of Duty is here. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like it. Some of these things are just like, I mean, I might be wrong. You know what? They might switch it up on us. I'm just saying that it's Call of Duty because history has shown that anytime certain games get into the cut, they just win automatically. It doesn't even matter who is on the rest of the lineup. Like, Call of Duty is here and it got all these other games. It's like, I just feel like it can't be beat. Especially in multiplayer. Nah, this is going to Call of Duty. I feel like that's just the fact of the matter. It's going to Call of Duty for sure. Best content creator. I think I remember that they did this before. It's interesting that they starting to add all these new like categories and stuff. Like, and I believe they've had this a couple of years before, but it's interesting. I think I might have seen this dude before him. I think I seen him playing Elden Ring one time, but I don't know who none of these other people are. So, I guess we just gonna have to wait and see. Do y'all know any of these people? Which one of these dudes is y'all favorite content creator? Y'all let me know. Best indie. Oh man, oh my god, they got Vampire Survivors. Now I have this game and I was actually thinking about actually streaming this game or showing it through my videos on here, because I have played this game to death. If y'all have never played this game, y'all gotta get it. This game is so addictive. It is so fun, and I'm so glad this is here, and I'm gonna pick it because this game is like near to my heart. I love this game. Like, oh man, I've played so many hours. I think I was up till like 2 a.m. playing Vampire Survivors. The game is so sick. If y'all have never played this, y'all have to. And that's why I'm going to give my vote to this game, because it's the only one that I've played out of this list. And this game is sick. So if y'all never played Vampire Survivors, go play that. And it's very possible I'm going to play that here on YouTube one of these days. So y'all got to tune in for that. Best adaptation. So you're talking about like movies and shows? Though they are. Okay, so I've seen this show. I've already seen Sonic 1 and 2. And I've also been watching the Cuphead show. That is so amazing. It's really good. I have not seen this. It's just some things that I feel like don't need to be made. And you know how I feel about video game movies. And a lot of people feel like this with video game movies. History has shown that when they make video game movies, they don't know how to do it right. It feels like they're starting to change that up a little bit. Past video game movies have been trash, period. But it looks like they're starting to figure this out a little bit more. I've heard Uncharted is good. I do feel like them picking, that's the dude that plays Spider-Man. Them picking him to be Nathan Drake, he a little young. And then picking Mark Wahlberg to be Sully, he a little young. This is a little off. I've played Uncharted before, so they a little bit too young, unless this is supposed to be like an origin story when he was younger and he met him. Didn't ever make sense, but that's interesting. I've definitely seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I've seen 1. You know, Sonic is cute. I'm not a Sonic fan. I think Jim Carrey's performance in the first movie was great. In the second movie, he's just annoying. And that's like his last movie I believe that he's going to be in, I heard, which is sad because, you know, I mess with Jim Carrey. I think he's a great actor, comedian. His role as a Riddler in Batman Forever, if y'all have never seen that movie, y'all need to go check that out. He is the perfect Riddler, period. When it comes to Cuphead show, I have watched most of the episodes of that. I might be missing a few, but I watched most of them. I've played Cuphead. I have not played the DLC to it, but I've definitely seen it. but I've played the original base game, and that game is phenomenal. The way that it has the old rubber hose 1920 animation, that is like super interesting, beautiful, and also scary at times, because a lot of these bosses you go against, they look all cute in the beginning and then they just turn into some demonic stuff. So, but I was messing with it heavy. That is a great show. Y'all need to check that out. It's a great show. Cyberpunk got a show? Okay. And League of Legends got a show. So if I had to like pick, I really did like Cuphead. I like Cuphead a lot. I think that game is great. The show is even greater. So I'm gonna say Cuphead for sure. Most anticipated game? I find it strange that this is here. I don't know if a lot of these have dates to them. I'm assuming that they probably do. I think Resident Evil 4 has a date already. I think Final Fantasy has a date. Hogwarts has a date. And I don't know about Starfield and Legend of Zelda. I don't know about those. It's kind of funny that Silent Hill is not here. Now, Silent Hill might not be on here because it was just announced not too long ago. So maybe that's why the Silent Hill remake is not here. When it comes to this stuff, I know people are hyped about Resident Evil. I don't know how people feel about Final Fantasy. I don't even know if people even mess with Hogwarts stuff or Harry Potter stuff anymore. I don't know what Starfield is. Are people hyped about Zelda? I don't know. I know that this game did so well with Breath of the Wild. Is it gonna do that again this time? It's very possible. Tears of a Kingdom, I didn't even know that was the name of the second one. For some reason I feel like, after Elden Ring coming out, I feel like Elden Ring is gonna influence these open world games a whole lot. This game may be already like done, but I just feel like Elden Ring coming out set the precedent for a lot of open world games to like step it up. So I feel like people is gonna play this and expect certain things because of a game like Elden Ring giving us so much. But if I had to pick, I would probably go with Zelda, because this Breath of the Wild was so popular and it got so critically acclaimed. I think it actually won Game of the Year one time. Did it? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I just remember hearing about it, but I gotta go back into my archive and see those past, winning games from the Game Awards. Best esports game? Let's see. Man, people still playing CSGO? Jesus. CSGO, huh? Dota, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant. Man, these games been around for a minute. I used to play Rocket League but get way too sick looking at the screen go upside down and stuff, so I had to stop messing with it. I used to play League, but I never could get into it because I was playing World of Warcraft many years ago, and then I started playing League and I was like, I'm not feeling this. So I couldn't mess with it no more. I played Dota for a little bit. It was okay. I liked the style of it, but I just couldn't like play it for long. And I do have CSGO, but I would always die in that game, and I haven't played that game in years. So I don't know. CSGO is so popular. I know they got like esports teams on that. It makes tons of money in esports. So I'm gonna just go with that because CSGO has been around for so long. I mean, they gotta win this, right? Oh, I was just talking about esports. This is crazy. I was just talking about esports. It's so crazy how they got this on this category. I believe they had it before, but I thought they had esports group. It seemed like they just singling it out for athlete. I don't know who any of these people are at all. I've heard of FaZe and Cloud9. I don't know who none of these people are. Do y'all know? I don't know. These are people that look like they be playing like StarCraft and stuff. They probably got some CSGO players on here, but I only know about FGC community stuff, so stuff that be having at Evo and stuff. So I do not follow any of the other esports stuff, but y'all let me know who y'all think gonna win this. Oh, I just said it. Esports team. Who are these people? Man, I just said it. I was like CSGO. They got a League of Legends team. They got a Call of Duty team. Valorant and Apex. I don't know. it could be a tie between Call of Duty and CS:GO. Both of these games are super popular. I mean, League has been out here forever. It could be a tie between these. I don't know which one could win, but one of those is gonna get it. Probably CS:GO, because that is the older one. It possibly could win. I can't believe that people still play that. That game has been out forever. Man, I've been seeing that game forever. But it could be CS:GO. It could be. Esports coach? Wow. They really getting in here, ain't they? They are adding categories after categories of just all kind of stuff. Esports have reared its little ugly head up into these categories, haven't it? Let's see. It's 2 CS:GO dudes on here. Wait a minute. They are the coach of 2 teams? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Or maybe it's like the name of the team and what game they play. Oh yeah, because this probably means LOL is probably League of Legends. So I don't know who any of these people are. Like, most of the stuff I don't know. This could go to anybody. But it's probably gonna be these CS:GO boys. It's very likely the CS:GO boys is gonna win. So it's the highly likely. Best esports event. I only know about EVO. I've been to EVO before. Well, oh no, this is not EVO. I don't know why. No, this is EVO. I don't know why I'm thinking about the other one. Not EVO. I've never been to EVO. That's the one in Vegas. I'm thinking about not Frosty Faustins. The other one. I can't think of it right now, but whatever. I've only been to that one, but I don't know about none of these other ones. I guess I'll pick EVO because I used to watch that all the time. I used to watch EVO so I can watch like the Street Fighter Tekken tournaments, but I don't really watch this no more. I don't really care, because fighting games are boring, so I don't even watch it no more. It probably won't be EVO, but since this is the only one I know, I want to pick it, but it's probably gonna be like League or something. It's very likely it's gonna be League. And I believe that is the last thing on the list. So what I want to do is I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning because I want to talk about this category. So this is the category that everybody is waiting on. And I say this for last because I know this is like, if you care about this or if you don't care, I'm sure that you probably already like thinking in your head, like, it got to be between Elden Ring and God of War. After me seeing these like other categories on here, I feel like I personally think that neither one of those games, they might not get it. I don't know, because I forgot about that this Plague Tale thing and Stray was here. And I know that it might sound crazy. You probably like, Serpentine, how can it not be Elden Ring? How can it not be God of War? Well, man, it's a lot of people that have videos on just Stray and on this cat just walking around, and you just had random girls just crying, and I was like, what? Like, what is going on? And it was just kind of funny, and I was just like, why is it just like random people just showing this cat? And I just feel like the emotion was there with these people, and it was just like, it was just out of control. So I feel like Stray could win this. It's very possible Stray could win this. Like, I don't want it to, but it's very possible. Has a music playing for y'all? My music stop. It paused. Why you pause? All right, there you go. Yeah, things like Stray, tugging on the heartstrings of viewers, that stuff works, and people love that stuff. So I know we out here talking about God of War and Elden Ring, but it could be something as crazy as Stray winning, and it don't go to neither one of the other ones. It very possibly could happen. Now, I know we got Plague Tale on here and we got Horizon on here. I don't know that much about Horizon, but I have definitely seen gameplay of Plague. I remember the first game they had, and it's one of those movie heavy games. So, and it's also doing the same thing. It got the emotion in it. It got the, pushing and pulling of like this and that, and it's like very much like a movie, and they love movie like things. And if you're really thinking about it, we got 3 games on here that are just pretty much like movies. You got Plague, God of War, and Horizon. Those are just movies. Like, I'm not even gonna like lie, if you really split these games up in between, like how much of this is just like them talking and you seeing cutscenes, bruh, it's not even, the gameplay is like a little bit compared to how much of it is you just watching. And you be thinking to yourself, can I play? Nah, they talking. And you know, God of War got that bad. And I mean, that's the thing that I hate about what God of War have turned into, because it's like all this talking and all this like improv and all this movie stuff that's going on. You ain't even playing a game. And there's certain scenes where you could be playing, but nope, they just sitting there talking so you can see the pretty graphics. And that ain't never been a fan of mine. So I feel like this should go to Elden Ring. I really do feel like this should go to Elden Ring. I feel like Elden Ring did something that we haven't seen in a long time. I feel like it came out during, like, towards the end of the pandemic, even around that time where a lot of games wasn't being made and everybody was holding their games off because they couldn't develop them because of what COVID was going through and how that was affecting everything. And I feel like Elden Ring showed up and everybody was already hyped for it because it was From Software. And not only that, it's open world, and I just felt like it gave people something that they hadn't seen from an open world game. It felt like it was like a community event playing Elden Ring, because most of the time when people play Dark Souls game, it'd be like the Dark Souls veterans that been playing like Demon Souls and stuff. Like, you got all those hardcore type of Demon Souls, Dark Souls people that, you know, play these games. And you know, Dark Souls games scare off people because don't nobody want to die all the time. And these games can be hard. They are challenging. And you know, just me, I mean, I've only played Dark Souls 2 and I played Bloodborne. And those games aren't easy at all. They are difficult. You will die a lot. But I feel like this game changed that. That it's people out there that ain't never touched a Dark Souls game was playing this. Probably because they seen somebody else playing it, or you know, they seen a boss from this game. They just like, oh my god, what is that? I gotta know what this is about. It's open world. It gives you choice. You get to go where you want. You don't have to complete things right away. It's so many different ways of customizing, having weapons, places to go, things to do, that it just gives the player freedom. And it's so expansive. To this day, I'm still playing Elden Ring and I'm still finding stuff that I didn't know was there. This game is ridiculous. And I don't think that we've seen something like that from an open world game. It really changed the idea of what open world means. And I really feel like that alone will get this to be game of the year. Like, it's still people to this day talking about Elden Ring and the crazy story behind Elden Ring, quote unquote story. You can put that in like the biggest quotation that you want, because you know, you find out more things about this game through items, but people are still talking about it to this day. They're still talking about the crazy bosses and all that kind of stuff. That stuff is ingrained in people's brains now, and they want DLC. People they've been loud about DLC for this game, and I know it's gonna happen. And one thing that I said, that if Elden Ring wins Game of the Year, that'd be a perfect time for them to show the DLC. Can you imagine they win Game of the Year and then they show the DLC? That's perfect. That's perfect. So I feel like it's going to be Elden Ring. And if it's not Elden Ring, then it's going to be God of War. Like, I can't really like sit here and act like God of War wasn't tight. Like, no, God of War is sick. Like, everything that I have seen, everything that I have witnessed, everything that I've heard, God of War is sick. Ragnarok is sick. This is way better than the first game. It has some similarities to the first game, yes. But I think that them adding Thor did it justice. The story is really good. I sat through the whole story, and it's really good. Good for a book, good for a movie. For gameplay, maybe not so much. But if this was a movie I was watching, I would be like, yeah, go see that. But don't get me wrong, this game is sick. God of War Ragnarok is sick. I'm not taking that away from this game at all. And I can't really see something else really getting in the way of Elden Ring or God of War winning. Unless it's like a swerve and it's something like Plague Tale or Stray that wins. That's just my thoughts on that. But personally, I feel like Elden Ring should win. It seems like it should. God of War could win because it will be the most fresh thing on everybody's mind. It will be the last big major game that everybody would have played, and it would have been fresh in your mind. But I just feel like it doesn't have the same impact that Elden Ring has. So that's why I'm going to say that the game of the year should be Elden Ring. But on that note, I want y'all to tell me in the comments who y'all think the game of the year should go to. It don't got to be, Elden Ring or God of War. Who y'all think? Y'all tell me in the comments. But that's going to be it with the video, guys. I just want to talk about, the Game Awards. It is going to be showing December 8th. So y'all can actually see that on many platforms. I know YouTube streams it. I think it's going to be shown on Twitch. I'm also going to be watching it myself. So go check that out. December 8th, Game Awards. And make sure y'all get on here and y'all vote. Vote for y'all favorite. And y'all let me know in the comment who y'all favorite is if y'all want to tell me. But that'd be it with my video, y'all. So until next time, guys. Peace.